G'day everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be replacing both the fuel filters on my Ford Rangers. So the 2014 one has 370,000 kilometers. It is now due for a service. My 2019 one has about 160,000 kilometers on it and it is due for a service as well. Both these Rangers have done approximately 10,000 kilometers since the last filter change. Today we're going to be looking in, finding out how much wear the high kilometer one has as compared to the lower kilometer one, and to see how much glitter in the fuel filter housing is normal, how much is excessive, and what you should be worried about if you find glitter in your fuel filter housing. It's always a good idea just to hit the housing with a bit of brake clean, just to clear all the dust and everything that's off it, because it's something you don't really want to contaminate and you want to keep clean as much as possible. So we can see here it's full of dust, so just going to hit it with some brake cleaner, try to get a lot of that stuff off. Time for an inspection. So the first one is a 2019 with 160,000 kilometers on it. And this is Ranger 2 with 370,000 kilometers on it. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but they look like they pretty much got exactly the same amount of filings in them. Now, is this something to be worried about? Well, not really, because I've probably now done close to maybe 15 to 20 changes of the fuel filter on my 370,000 kilometer Ford Ranger, and this is pretty much what I see all the time. This is why it's very important on these common rail diesels to have regular fuel filter changes. You're always going to have some sort of wear in your high pressure fuel pump as well as the lift pump. There's just no avoiding it. As time goes on, they wear. But the good thing is the fuel filter catches all of that, and I personally always run genuine filters on both my Rangers. I switch them out anywhere between sort of 10 to 15,000 kilometers, and that just keeps the whole fuel system as clean as I possibly can keep it. Ford recommend 30,000 kilometer intervals, but I would recommend that you definitely do that before the 30,000 kilometer interval change that is required by Ford, simply because, as I showed you just before, these are filters and filter housings that have done approximately 10,000 kilometers on it. You could see we do have shavings and contaminants in there already. Just taking another look at the filters again. So that is the 370,000 kilometer one. As you can see, it's pretty black after 10,000 kilometers, and the 2019 one with 160,000 kilometers on it is also pretty black. Just a bit of a side-by-side comparison there. I've lined those arrows up there, and that's when you know that it's on perfectly. So always remember, you got to prime the low pressure fuel pump just so it picks up that diesel and gets it into the housing. I usually do it about 5 times for about 30 seconds each time, and that should be sufficient enough to get all the air out of it. So that's going to be a wrap up for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.